Wow, isn't that beautiful, guys? Bon appetit. Homemade. That's what it is. On today's episode of the Jamaican Cooking Journey, I'll be sharing with you a homemade jerk chicken pizza. But let me pause right here to say special thanks to my patrons that have been making my page possible. If you would like to be a part of my Patreon family, click on the link in the description of this and all my other videos. Now, post notification shoutouts today goes right there. Homemade jerk chicken pizza. The easiest way, I'm gonna make it for you. We're gonna be using two of our countertop appliances. We're gonna be using our KitchenAid mixer and we're gonna be using our air fryer. Now right here I've got me some flour. Actually I am making a 16-inch pizza. I am putting together something for a 16-inch pizza. So I have 3 cups of flour. So if you are using like a 14 or 12-inch, you'd need to go a little lower with the flour. So inside here I've got my flour, 3 cups. I've got my yeast, my salt, a little sugar. Now I'm going to be putting in some olive oil, and that is going to be about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. This is the original tablespoon, so I'm going to be putting about 2. Right there. So we are working on the pizza dough at this point. Now I've got here, we're doing everything from scratch. My homemade Zelle, my little homemade pizza sauce, but you could get your store-bought, or if you can get some pizza sauce. So what I'm going to be doing now, I am going to be working on my dough. I have here 2 chicken breasts, skinless, but they have bone in them. I'm using some smoked paprika because listen, it's gonna be jerk chicken pizza. Okay, I could have gone on the outside to do it, but I don't think it makes sense to go up there to get 2 pieces of breast done on that big jerk pan. Hence I am improvising with my air fryer using a little smoked paprika, or if you have some liquid smoke, I've got here some homemade jerk seasoning. Use your jerk seasoning of choice, and I'll be adding some salt. Basically, that will be it, because I did not make my jerk chicken. Actually, I don't make my jerk seasoning with salt. So these are for the chicken, but we are going to be working on the dough because we've got to leave our dough to proof. So once we work on our dough and leave it to proof, we'll come back and work on our chicken, seasoning up, getting it all countertop jerk. So right in here, and I'm going to be testing my water. I'll be using about half a cup of water. Yes, test it like your baby bottle. I'm going to be putting it right in there. I have my dough hook right here, and I am going to be putting my dough together. Okay, now fam, my dough is finished mixing, and we want a dough that is not sticking to our hand. Okay, so ends here, we got it going on. Okay, so we've got our dough. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be proofing the dough in this very bowl that I mixed it in. You see that? You see how clean it is? Yes, I'm just going to take up that. So what I'm going to be doing now, about half of a teaspoon or less of olive oil, and that is to just grease the bowl in order for the dough not to stick, because it's gonna rise. Okay, we just want to grease around the sides of our bowl. So you see how clean. So if you want to, if you don't have a KitchenAid, I know you're not, someone gonna ask that, you're gonna go to the bread video and you're gonna watch and see how I do it by hand. It's gonna take a little time. You gotta do some elbow grease with it. You see how it's nice and soft? Yeah. Form it into a ball, in the very bowl, and we are going to use some plastic wrap to cover and to let it proof. Oh, it's not so hot where I am right now, so it's hot, but I'm not gonna take any chance. I'm gonna cover it with some plastic wrap. Just turn your oven light on. If where you are it's not hot, it has to be hot, because you know the yeast has to have a lot of heat going on around the area for it to proof. So if it's not that hot, turn your oven light on. Do not set it to any temperature, and then you're gonna rest it in there for at least 1 hour to an hour and about 15 to 20 minutes. So this is what I'm gonna be doing now. I'm gonna be leaving my dough inside my oven with just the oven light on until 1 hour, and probably 1 hour, depending on the heat. It depends on the heat. If it is relatively hot, 1 hour is fine. If it's not so hot, maybe an hour to an hour and a half. So these are the cheese that we have on hand, and we are going to use them. Use whatever cheese you want. We don't have any special one. We just use whatever we have on hand. Or if you like, you can go get your mozzarella. We have pepper jack and mild cheddar, so these are what we'll be using for the pizza. Now right here I've got my 2 chicken breasts. Okay, my jerk seasoning. And what I want to do, I want to core. Just want to give them, I didn't really remove the bones, so I want it, you know, I'm giving it these fine coring. Yeah, this is just a at home fast, simple, quick. You come home and once you can find all of these in the house, in your pantry, in your cupboard, in your freezer, wherever, you do that. A little salt, because I did not make this is my homemade jerk. I did not use any salt on it. Actually, when I make my jerk at home, I don't use salt. So I'm salting it right now. And I think this salt should be good for both pieces. This is what I'm going to be doing. I'm rubbing my salt in. That's why I made the core. I'll be using the hair fryer to jerk it. And I want it to be done fast, and I don't want it to be all dried out. Okay? So you're hearing our air fryer there. We are roasting. We are putting it on roast. This is some smoked paprika. If you have some smoke, liquid smoke, so make sure you're not careful with that something, you know. By liquid smoke, it's not normal, you know. Just a small amount. This is my homemade jerk, and that's so we are going to angle it. Okay. Okay. All in these parts here that we put the core. You see the reason why inside put the core? Yeah. So I'm putting it on a little olive oil. I want to keep it moist while it's in there. Yeah, and I want it to come out dry, because you know we got to do it in the oven again. A little more smoked paprika, and that should do it. That should be it. Okay, we're putting it on roast for half an hour in good time for our dough. It's working in time with the dough, and I've put it on the bone side down for now. Right back in, and we'll be doing it for 30 minutes. At the 15 minutes interval, we'll come to turn it. We may not have to show you that, but when it's ready, we will be back. Our dough should be proof, our cheese should be grated, and we'll have our sauce ready, and we're gonna hit it, baby. So after 15 minutes, this is what our chicken breast look like. You see it's still dripping a little juice. So what we are going to do now, we are going to turn it over. We don't want it too dry. And we are going to go probably maybe another 10 minutes on a lower temperature. Okay, we don't want it too dry. Remember, you have to put it on top of the pizza in the oven. So we'll catch you. It's about that time now, fam, and I wanted to see something. We use the roast option as opposed to the air fried. You see how juicy the chicken is? That is the breast we use. So we are getting most of it now from the from the bone, because I'm gonna work on these bones, baby. So if you want to try this recipe, as opposed to be using, and we went for 25 minutes, you know, use the roast as opposed to the air fry. The air fry is gonna dry it out too much. But let me tell you, man, you need to try this. Dough is ready. Release that gas, move it out from the container, real easy, real fast. And we have just in the interim we just preheated our oven right there. Roll out your dough, do what you want to do with it. If you want to start practicing like the pizza people do and flip and do what you want to do your thing. I'm gonna be doing it just like this and get it straight out to the end as I go along. But if you want to try to get perfect your pizza making, remember we're in a pizza shop, you know, we are just making a homemade pizza. This is what I'm doing right here. So if you want to be, you can just, as you go along, each time you make pizza, you just start to flip in your dough and you'll get perfect at some time, as the pizza people do. This is homemade, so this is what I want to do. Some people would like to roll, but I prefer to do it like this. Even though it's a little shoulder workout, I'm doing it just like this. So you can see with the 3 cups and the 16 ounce, we won't have a very thick pizza crust. If you want to get a thicker one, you'd have to use 3.5 cups of flour. Here we go with our dough all rolled out, homemade sauce, and I'm gonna be applying from the middle and out. Just gonna use my spoon, and I'm gonna stop at, you see all those herbs in our sauce? Yes, I'm gonna stop like about 1/2 inch from the edge. So you want to do it like that because we got to put a little melted butter at the edge. So yeah, spoon on your sauce to how you like it. If you like enough, just do enough. Just do you. It's homemade. You don't have no limits, okay? So spread out somewhat. Now I'm going to be laying cheese, then chicken, then cheese. So you do you, okay? So it's jerk chicken now. So as I told you, you do you, okay? If you want to flake your jerk chicken, you can flake it. We saw the cube and saw the mash, so it's homemade. So you don't have no limit. Make enough jerk chicken in it, but the thing tastes good. No, but I put it sparingly, like say, a store-bought. It's homemade, so you make it you. So that's our jerk chicken. Put lots of jerk chicken and give it that nice, homey, friendly, nice taste. Extra cheese. Yeah, I showed you the cheese that we use. Yeah. Now our final is a few bell peppers. You know, me and a bell pepper smaddy, but just for the little, you know, so if you want to put some extra color, that would be so fine, like red and orange and them something. But I happen to have only this, and what we found, that's what we are using. So I'm just putting it over it to the best of my ability. If you want to put a olive, you go ahead and put it. Just, you know, so that I make everywhere have a little piece of it and make it have that look. Now we are going to use our melted butter to give it that nice little pretty at the crust right there. You just gently use your little melted butter, okay? Our oven is already been preheated at 380, and we will run this in there for about 20 to 25 minutes depending on your oven type, and you can also monitor it, eh? So we'll give you one final look, and we're going to pop it in our oven right now. And when you see us next, it will be ready. Pizza time. Go get your Coke. Wow, isn't that beautiful, guys? Bon appetit. Homemade. That's what it is. So here you have it, family. One of it's really hot. Yep. Here you have it. Enjoy. Eat with your eyes. Okay, from my kitchen to yours, from my Jamaican kitchen to your family table, to your plate, and most of all to your stomach. It is homemade jerk chicken pizza. Please do enjoy. Remember, guys, to thumbs up these videos. Thanks for the love, thanks for the support. Remember to leave me comments below. If you want to try it, give it a try. Watch the video to the T and give it a try. Thanks for loving. Thanks for supporting. Big fat thumbs up. Comments below. The holiday season is upon us. What more could you ask for? We are coming bigger. We are coming harder. Come on, girl. Like I said. Come on, girl. I said we're going to walk out. But me now walk. Me I run out. Okay. Thanks for watching once more. Our very own Jamaican homemade pizza. You can do it. You can do it. I'll catch you with another video.